think any teacher will take a voice call or meet tomorrow. So whatever they post, just find time and figure out where to mark your attendance. Alright, this is what we were doing yesterday. We started talking about unemployment. We had discussed about open unemployment, seasonal and disguised unemployment. और भी थोड़े types के unemployment होते हैं. We have something like frictional unemployment. We have structural unemployment. आपके course में नहीं है. If I find time today, if I'm able to finish this today, let's just talk about something extra also. और क्या types होते हैं? I would want you people to read some portion. चलो पहले आप ये intro पढ़ लो and then I scroll further till here and then I scroll.
Jamma.
Alright, what do you think is the significance of this? Who's not getting 1 hour work in half a day? इसका significance क्या होगा?
Ma'am, that he can't really earn, the amount which he needs to spend on that particular day to gain basic necessities.
Anyone who wants to add anything?
Ma'am, the person is beyond the below the poverty line.
There can be a link between poverty and unemployment. We'll be talking about that as well. Any other thought? ये 1 hour and half day का क्या मतलब हुआ?
That he has to work 2 hours daily.
You have to work for 2 hours daily. At least you're trying to see that there is some job that you can engage yourself in and you can earn something out of it. अगर आपको इतने छोटे काम भी नहीं मिल रहे हैं that you're able to earn and you're able to sustain yourself, तो आप for sure open unemployment का केस हो जाते हैं. वरना कई लोग क्या करते हैं, वो बीच में they find alternatives. During the pandemic, when there was this sorry
underemployment.
You can talk about underemployment, लेकिन underemployment में ये situation फिर भी नहीं आएगी where the person does not have 1 hour's work in half a day. So जब आपका pandemic था, जब वो mass exodus हो रहा था, where the migrants were going back, there were some people who stayed back and looked for any kind of work. I just had this direct observation. We have this domestic helper in our area. She's quite relied upon by many people and she works for many people in the area and many buildings. During the pandemic, no one was really allowing them to come to their homes. So whatever work we had to do, we were doing all by ourselves. What did I observe then? आपको तो पता ही है, पीछे construction चल रहा है. I saw her working there. One day she was there, the other day sometimes she was engaged in supplying milk. So what do people do? They try to look for as many opportunities as they can and they work. अगर आपको 1 घंटे का भी काम नहीं मिल रहा है, that basically means there is dearth of opportunities and you're unable to earn इतना भी that you can sustain for a day. Hence, you're looking at almost no work or virtually no work for these people. Makes it a dire situation for them. इतना भी काम नहीं है कि आप 1 घंटा कर पाए. These are the sources that we spoke of yesterday.
Ma'am, I have this peculiar doubt. Ma'am, where will we put the beggars? They are also earning. They are also doing. They are also earning money by doing baking, and more than 2 hours a day. So where will we put them?
Someone answer this.
The money that they are getting is not actually income, it's actually transfer income. No economic activity is being done by them. So no economic work is being done with them.
Okay.
Shashank, are we convinced?
Yes, ma'am.
Taking you back to what we said, any work that leads to contribution to your gross national product is an economic activity. Whatever you rewarded for your economic activity can be in form of rent, can be in form of compensation, can be in form of whatever work you've done and you're earning out of it. उसको हम count करेंगे as the worker's income. Any transfer that comes out of any transaction, that is not really counted as income. So the beggar is also not counted as a worker. Similarly, eco जो जो कन्वेंशनल इको पढ़ते हैं उसमें हम सिर्फ लीगल एक्टिविटीज तक अपने आप को रखते हैं. बहुत बाद में आप ब्लैक इकोनॉमी पढ़ना शुरू करते हो एंड हाउ टू टैप ब्लैक इकोनॉमी, हाउ डू वी ट्रीट द आउटपुट ऑफ ब्लैक इकोनॉमी. आप ऑलमोस्ट कॉलेज के फर्स्ट सेकंड, आई डोंट थिंक कॉलेज में भी आता है ब्लैक इकोनॉमी. सो दैट इज अ वेरी डिफरेंट एरिया ऑल टुगेदर. इलीगल एक्टिविटीज भी हम काउंट नहीं करते. So if I say that someone has kidnapped someone and asked for a ransom और उनका काम है ये करना, 2 महीने किसी को किया, अगले 2 महीने किसी को किया, कहने को वो उसकी इनकम है, उसको फिर भी हम एज अ वर्कर ट्रीट नहीं करेंगे. इलीगल एक्टिविटीज, though they, let's be very objective, they do contribute to change in hand of money, लेकिन not counted for. Transfer income from corruption, bribes देते हैं लोग, not counted. ऑल राइट, यहाँ पे ये ओपन अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. प्लीज टेक अ मोमेंट, प्लीज रीड. ओपन एंड डिस्गाइज्ड दोनों आएंगे यहाँ पे, प्लीज देखिए.
Done now.
All right, if you remember, we spoke of certain other activities where you can find instances of disguised unemployment. Any incident or any observation you would have for disguised unemployment?
Ma'am, extra workforce in the government offices, like government is supposed to give jobs to people because of reservation and because of quotas. So those people don't really do much work there. They just keep on sitting there and have their lunch break every hour.
Shivam, your comments like these, they genuinely make me uncomfortable. This is, please understand, we cannot demean an entire community just because of certain observations that you might have had. Reservations is a very sensitive topic. You've always taken an extreme stance. I've never said anything, but I would not allow you to put down a community just because it doesn't really work in your favor. Please understand that.
Yeah, ma'am, got it.
All right, I can take one extract from this. If I take you back to the 1980s time where we were talking about how the public sector undertakings were experiencing losses, they did not really fire workers even then. So we can talk about disguised unemployment. मतलब scope है कि आप fire कर सकते हो, so that you reduce cost and your work can easily be distributed. But the public sector undertakings did not really do that, even back then when they were earning losses. So maybe you can talk about incidents of disguised unemployment there. Bhavya accepted that the same labor can be put to work elsewhere. Now, putting to work elsewhere requires a lot of job in itself, where you have to create job opportunities. Becomes a tricky matter. All right, this one here is seasonal unemployment. Take a moment and please read. I'll scroll it further once you're done reading.
Done, ma'am.
Alright, if I take it one step further, seasonal unemployment can also be looked in terms of seasons of businesses. Seasons of businesses कैसे? अगर मैं कह रही हूँ दिवाली time है, your November, October time, where these are your general Hindu festivities. So you're looking at exchanging of gifts, you're looking at crackers, people asking for crackers, and you're looking for decoration stuff, etc., etc. The willingness of people to spend during October and November is slightly higher than what they have during the rest of the year. तो मतलब जिनको भी पता है कि हमारा सामान बिकेगा, वो ऑलरेडी और लोगों को हायर करके रखेंगे, क्योंकि अब दिवाली टाइम आ रहा है, you need help. Once your Diwali period passes, you will again lay off those workers. तो दिवाली, अगर मैं कहती हूँ कोई क्रैकर मैन्युफैक्चरर है, उसके लिए दिवाली सीजन होता है, सीजन का टाइम है जब उनको और लोग चाहिए. वंस योर दिवाली पीरियड इज ओवर, मे बी दिसंबर में आते आते जो भी सरप्लस लेबर हायर करी थी, दे विल आस्क देम टू लीव. So you can look at season from perspective of agriculture, season of harvesting, season of plowing. You can also look from business perspective. When I'm saying season for a business, I'm basically looking at a period of high demand. Again, the same can happen after season के time, labor की demand बढ़ जाती है, and once your high demand period passes away, you will lay off those workers. All right, what exactly then can the government do for the workers who are unemployed in different capacities? You're looking at certain employment generation programs or initiatives taken by the government. जो ये आपका point है 7.9 का जो ये पूरा topic है, we'll talk about two things. They can, Shivansh, that's a brilliant example. If you go to CP, I saw them recently in CP. आप weighing machine लेके खड़े हुए हो और पूरा दिन आप बस वहीं बैठे हुए हो. देखने में लगता है that you're out for entire day and you're working for the entire day, but how much are you really working? For how much time are you really occupied? That's a very valid example. Anyone else who comes up with an example? Whenever.
Ma'am, if we consider this example only, then or we can say that all the shopkeepers who like sit at the like shop for whole day, and there's some hours of the day when there are no customers, then they are also disguisedly unemployed because no work is being done there.
Let's talk about this. When we say disguised unemployment, we're talking in capacity of how well are you using your potential. When I say, all right, if I'll not take an example of a shopkeeper. I can take an example of a rickshaw puller. When you're looking at a rickshaw puller, it seems as if he's working. जब वो घर से निकलता है, वो सोचता है, "This is my work day." He's out on the streets just in case he doesn't really get a rider the entire day. Again, you think that the person has worked the entire day, but how much of his potential was truly tapped? So goes as an incident of disguised unemployed, where you were not really working or to your fullest potential. Cases of disguised unemployment, either you can say the person is completely disguised unemployed. मैंने से completely disguised unemployed मतलब आप हो या ना हो कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है. Another can be, you can also have degrees of disguised unemployed, where you can have phases. If I say your example, Shivam, if I see my example of the rickshaw puller, जरूरी नहीं है कि ये इनका productivity हमेशा ही zero रहता है. But the point is, जितना आप hours दे रहे हो, उसका level का corresponding productivity आप generate नहीं कर रहे हो. So that is really just like putting you to a place, हाँ जी, in monetary terms or in terms of the output generated, can be anything. पर at least इतना तो एक काउंटर बैलेंस होना चाहिए ना कि अगर मैं अगर दुकान पे 10 घंटे बैठा हूँ, I have worked for those 10 hours. Something productive came out of those 10 hours. If nothing productive is coming out of those 10 hours, then maybe it is not a good decision to run the shop. क्योंकि आप कॉस्ट ज्यादा इंकर करते हो अपने शॉप को मेंटेन करने का, एंड यू नॉट रियली अर्निंग एनीथिंग. सो द डिग्री हैज टू बी फोकस्ड ऑन. कई लोगों को वो वर्थ इट लगेगा कि अगर आप मॉल्स में भी जाते हो, इतने आपके वो सेल्स पर्सन होते हैं, इतने ज्यादा होते हैं. I don't know anyone who approaches them. I personally am very uncomfortable. So, but they are assisting to some degree. They are in a corner whenever not needed. So that situation is always there. आप बस देखोगे रखना है या नहीं रखना है. There's always a cost attached to it. Fine. Moving forward, when we're talking about the role of government here, we can look in two aspects. एक तो हम बात करेंगे गवर्नमेंट जब खुद ही प्रोडक्शन अंडरटेक करती है, उसके दो रिजल्ट हो सकते हैं. उसका उसको हम कहते हैं बैकवर्ड लिंकेज एंड फॉरवर्ड लिंकेज. लेट मी डू वन थिंग. I'll stop sharing this. Fine. Ways your government can help. एक हम बोलते हैं डायरेक्ट तरीके से आप हेल्प कर दो, where the government produces. तो अगर मैं बोलती हूँ एयर इंडिया है, गवर्नमेंट का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, गवर्नमेंट इज प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज, दे आर डायरेक्टली इन द इंडस्ट्री एंड दे आर रनिंग देयर ओन एयरलाइन, सो दे हैव डायरेक्टली हायर्ड पीपल and they're helping in providing these services, so you're directly producing. इसका एक रिजल्ट हो सकता है where we're looking at indirect contribution. If the government is running Air India, you are helping say others indirectly. How can I say? Alright, जो भी आपका फूड सप्लाई हो रहा है, you outsource that to someone else. If I say जो आपका कुशन्स पड़े हैं वो आपने आउटसोर्स करा है, कुशन्स जो आपकी फ्लाइट में पड़े हैं वो आपने आउटसोर्स किया, जो आपकी फ्लाइट में ब्लैंकेट्स पड़े हैं, अब ये सारा थोड़ी गवर्नमेंट बनाएगा. गवर्नमेंट थोड़ी कुशन बनाने बैठेगा जो हमने एयर इंडिया में लगाना है. यू विल बाय इट फ्रॉम समवन. सिमिलरली द ब्लैंकेट्स दैट यू वांट टू प्रोवाइड टू पीपल इन द एयरलाइंस, ये आप खुद नहीं बनाने बैठोगे, वो आप किसी से खरीदोगे. हाउ इज इट एन इनडायरेक्ट कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन? Just because government is directly producing certain things, they will also need certain things from other sectors. So in your entire process of production, you are also creating employment opportunities for others. इनको हम linkages कहते हैं इको में. अब आपके linkages दो टाइप के होते हैं, एक होता है backward linkage, एक होता है forward linkage. Backward linkage और forward linkage में क्या होता है, गवर्नमेंट कोई एक प्रोजेक्ट अंडरटेक करती है, उनको थोड़ा सपोर्ट चाहिए होता है तभी वो प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल होता है, उसको हम बैकवर्ड लिंकेज कहते हैं. एंड वंस योर प्रोजेक्ट इज रेडी, आप और लोगों को जॉब्स दे पाते हो, उसको हम फॉरवर्ड लिंकेज कहते हैं. लेट मी टेक अ वेरी स्मॉल एग्जांपल. नाउ दिस इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ योर कोर्स, बट आई वुड स्टिल वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इट बिकॉज इको चिल्ड्रन शुड नो अबाउट दिस. इफ आई से गवर्नमेंट ने एक स्कूल स्टार्ट किया है कहीं पर भी, सो दे सेट अप अ गवर्नमेंट स्कूल. बैकवर्ड लिंकेज क्या होगा, जो जो चीज़ें आपको स्कूल चलाने के लिए चाहिए, स्कूल बनाने के लिए चाहिए, वो आपका बैकवर्ड लिंकेज है. तो अगर द मोमेंट द गवर्नमेंट डिसाइड्स दैट वी हैव टू कंस्ट्रक्ट अ स्कूल देयर, कई लोगों को फायदा हो जाएगा. जो सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री में है उसको फायदा हो जाएगा, जो आपका ब्रिक सेलर है उसको फायदा हो जाएगा, आपका जो लेबर होगा डिफरेंट टाइप का उनको फायदा हो जाएगा, and so many other people. Why exactly am I saying this? Because you're looking at more and more people benefiting just because government thought of making a project. ये सारे बैकवर्ड लिंकेज वाले लोग आपको हेल्प करते हैं इन मेकिंग योर प्रोजेक्ट। वंस योर गवर्नमेंट स्कूल इज देयर नाउ, हेल्प मी आइडेंटिफाई किस किस को और फायदा होगा क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट स्कूल बन गया है।
Ma'am, teachers and peons and other staff.
Please ignore the typo that I have. I can talk about guards. I can talk about, say, a furniture seller. I can talk about a uniform seller. I can talk about a book seller.
Ma'am, stationery requirements.
बिल्कुल, जो भी अब आपको स्टेशनरी चाहिए होगा, लोगों को फायदा होगा। इफ यू रिमेंबर व्हेन वी यूज्ड टू एग्जिट फ्रॉम आवर स्कूल, देयर वाज अ पॉपकॉर्न वाला भैया। इफ आई से any vendor can stand out of a school and can also benefit. So जब आपका एक project successful हो जाता है, that is when others also benefit and they find employment. This is how your government contributes in creating employment. आप स्कूल बनाने के लिए भी लोगों को एम्प्लॉय कर रहे हो, जब आपका स्कूल बन जाता है उसकी वजह से भी आप और लोगों को एम्प्लॉय कर लेते हो। सो रनिंग अ स्कूल एंड हायरिंग पीपल, दिस गोज एज अ डायरेक्ट इनिशिएटिव। बाकी सारी चीजें इनडायरेक्ट हो जाती हैं। स्कूल बनने की वजह से इन सबको काम बन गया, इनडायरेक्ट हो गया। इन सबको काम मिल गया, ये भी इनडायरेक्ट हो गया। और स्कूल ने डायरेक्टली हायर इन लोगों को किया हुआ है, टीचर, पीएन, एटसेट्रा। Simply saying initiatives that the government can take so that unemployment reduces. एक ये है जब ये खुद प्रोडक्शन में आ जाते हैं। दूसरा हो सकता है when they can come up with employment schemes. If I take you back to the poverty lesson, do we remember going through certain, एक सेकेंड, याद है हमने किया था 3-dimensional poverty attack में? First was growth oriented, second was your poverty alleviation programs, and third was providing minimum support. Do we remember that discussion?
Yes, ma'am.
Poverty alleviation programs में बहुत often ऐसे हमने programs discuss करे थे where the government was either creating wage employment or they were creating self-employment opportunities. That entire discussion can come here. I think I'm sharing the wrong window. No, I'm sharing the right window. All right. यहाँ पे भी इन्होंने सिर्फ mention कर दिया है poverty alleviation programs. They have not repeated, neither will I. But I am simply saying जब आप poverty का chapter पढ़ोगे और जब आप वो 3-dimensional attack में second वाला पढ़ोगे poverty alleviation programs, उसको तसल्ली से पढ़ेंगे। तसल्ली से क्यों पढ़ेंगे? क्योंकि हमें पता है the same content also helps in tackling unemployment. So when Shashank brought in how unemployment and poverty, they go hand in hand, we can have the same solution for both. The moment you tackle unemployment, you're also tackling the problem of poverty. So I'm skipping that discussion of wage employment and self-employment because I'm convinced we've already done that. I would just want you people to read this conclusion. They're just talking about certain issues summed up here. Please take a moment and please read this.
Done, ma'am.
Alright, before I start discussing, anyone who would want to highlight any aspect that they've understood? Any
Ma'am,
point that they're talking
outsourcing.
about? Bataiye, how is that contributing?
Ma'am, the MNCs are outsourcing their work such as IT sector, IT and BPOs to other people of other countries, and even to the workers of their own country. This has triggered to the employment. But the GDP is increasing, but the employment is not increasing because the people are more um, the people are not secured by their jobs. Their jobs have become more informal.
Taken. Anyone who wants to add anything? Any other aspect you would want to talk about? What is the role of technology that they've highlighted here?
Here, ma'am, due to high advent of due to advent of high technology, now efficient small scale enterprises and individual enterprises work along with MNCs, ma'am.
Taken. So you can get in touch with MNCs and you can create employment opportunities. Any disadvantages of better technology coming in? Maybe that we don't really talk about them. कोई नुकसान टेक्नोलॉजी होने का?
Ma'am, if you are talking about AI and AI taking up jobs, then that's a very wrong notion. I'd like to explain that in detail some other time.
I'm simply talking about technology. I'm not talking about just artificial intelligence. In general, technology.
Ma'am, it would lead to capital intensive, ma'am.
Your technology contributes in increased productivity, there is no denying, but you do have sacrifice of labor happening. Now, you do move from labor intensive to capital intensive, and there is substitution of labor happening, even if people don't want you to believe. So, when we had, I don't know if you know about this, when we had the initial move of computers coming in the banking system. Earlier, all the records were in their registers and their files, and then there was computer that was coming in. People will lose jobs because now your work has to be done by a computer and you have to be trained. Uska cost alag hai, but now your technology is replacing people. You will have to find other set of job because your work has been given to someone else. This is what is known as structural unemployment. जब आपकी इकोनॉमी में थोड़ा स्ट्रक्चर चेंज हो रहा है, आप सर्विसेज की तरफ ज़्यादा जा रहे हो, आप पे टेक्नोलॉजी आ रही है, you are losing job and you will have to find some other job, maybe in some other sector or another field, because you have been replaced due to any structural change in the economy. That causes structural unemployment. We don't
Ma'am,
much.
Anji. Ma'am, can we also call it technological unemployment?
I don't know if that's a formal term.
Okay.
All right. Any other aspect that we've not spoken about? Other things, these things we've already discussed. With this, we are done with our chapter. When we meet, tomorrow I'll simply post a document that will be introducing infrastructure, maybe a video and some text. That is all that I'll post for tomorrow, and I'll post the attendance question. I hope you already know there's no Google Meet happening tomorrow. So just mark your attendance and please do go through the content. We are left with the last chapter for the assessment. This is chapter 8. I would want you people to watch 2 videos so that we are on the same page as to what exactly is the meaning of the term infrastructure, and that is when we'll take it forward from there. For now, I'll end this here and I'll post your question of attendance. Please mark your attendance. We meet tomorrow. I'll post a set of instructions that we'll be following for tomorrow. Please keep those in mind. That is it for the day. You may leave the call.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure. I'd like to actually, reform my earlier example of disguised unemployment. In government organizations, there's not much supervision and assessment of the workers. So workers often become lenient, and there is a high scope of laying out workers even in the government sector. That is what happens when disinvestment happens. When any organization is disinvested, then the private sector, first thing they do is they actually lay out the workers in that organization. So in those in that sense, government organizations have disguised unemployment.
लेकिन शिवम, let's take it one step forward. जरा सोच के बताओ, why do you think the government is not laying off workers, or why do you think just in case you are performing below the expected standard, you still continue working in the same job? कोई कुछ कह नहीं रहा है. Why does that happen?
Ma'am, the reason which I can think of is political agendas.
गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में सोचो बेटा, टीचर है, थप्पड़ मार दिया, क्यों नहीं उनको डर लगता? मुझे क्यों डर लगता है किसी को थप्पड़ मारने से?
क्योंकि उनको मतलब पता है उनकी जॉब सिक्योरिटी इतनी हाई है कि उनको डर ही नहीं है जॉब से निकाल देने का किसी को, और पता है जिंदगी में 2 बार प्रमोशन मिलना है, और अगर काम करोगे तब भी मिलेगा, काम नहीं करोगे तब भी मिलेगा, इसलिए कोई करता ही नहीं।
ये क्यों है? ये एटीट्यूड क्यों है? जॉब सिक्योरिटी है, कोई कुछ कहेगा नहीं. हाउ डज दैट हैपन? व्हाई डोंट आई हैव दैट एटीट्यूड? क्या फर्क क्या है दो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में?
वो गवर्नमेंट ओन्ड है और ये आपकी प्राइवेट ओन्ड है।
All of this thank you Muskan, you're looking at no supervision, you're looking at no accountability. प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हर लेवल पे चेक्स है. आई थिंक यू वुड हैव डन दिस इन बिजनेस स्टडीज आल्सो, दैट यू हैव a certain group of people reporting to one person and उसका एक superior होता है, उसका एक superior होता है, और प्राइवेट में प्रॉपर वो चेक रख रहे हैं. Since they're charging more, they would also want to provide better services. गवर्नमेंट में चेक कौन ही रखता है? जब आपका ओनरशिप का एस्पेक्ट नहीं आता, when you don't have any belongingness, सबको बस होता है you take the money and you go back and you enjoy that money. There's no supervision really happening. अगर होती भी है तो एक दिन के लिए आपका वो नाटक हो जाता है. No one keeping an eye, no accountability at all, no sense of belongingness.
Yes, ma'am.
Tanish, please share that because I don't have that and neither is that a part of the syllabus. Alright, people, we end this here. Please go and mark your attendance.
Remedial measures some there: accelerate GDP, control of population growth, development of agriculture
Tanish,
sector.
which book are you referring?
I'm Sandeep Gar.
Tanish, बेटा एक सेकंड रुको, ये लो आप. Just a second, huh? I use this since I don't have a physical copy. Feel free to use this, Tanish. संदीप गर्ग में बहुत चीज़ें बेटा एक्स्ट्रा होती हैं, हर चीज़ नहीं यूज़ कर सकते. एंड इफ यू वांट द इंडियन इको की टेक्स्ट बुक, आपको क्लास में क्लास 11 डालना होगा, क्लास 11 इकोनॉमिक्स, फिर वहाँ पे इंडियन इको की ऑप्शन आएगी एंड यू कैन यूज द अपडेटेड बुक्स दैट आर देयर. ऑलराइट, बाय पीपल.
Sure, ma'am. Okay.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.